Hey everyone, so as you can tell we started working on some more production stuff and some stuff's going to take time, but it's still our goal to get a new video out to you every Tuesday. And so today I actually wanted to take a minute to talk to you guys a little bit about filming equipment. Now we have a lot of different equipment, but I really want to focus on how do you choose what equipment to invest in next. And in our case, we really had to sit back and take the time to analyze what do we already have, what absolutely needs an upgrade, what do we not have, and what becomes the priority out of all of that. We have a couple different camera options. We use the Canon Vixia HFR 700, which is what we're using right now. It's a small compact camera, and depending on what we're shooting, it does the job just fine. We also have the Canon T6 DSLR camera that shoots both in video and shoots photo, obviously. And that's not a bad middle ground camera. We would love to have something that is more video focused, something that shoots in 4K. But it's we have something we can shoot in 1080 at 30 frames with that camera. So it's a nice starting point for us. We look at do we have tripods, and we have a variety of tripods. Some of them definitely need to be replaced because they've hit the end of their time. They're at that point where they're a little crooked, which you might notice going that way. I'm just gonna because I grabbed one of the older tripods. So just kind of taking a look into equipment, we're like, okay, what do we really need? And one of the things that we figured out is that we really need some better audio equipment, because as I'm doing right now, to kind of give you an example, we use a lot of times just the microphone that is built into whatever camera we're using. If we're using the DSLR, that's absolutely terrible. The microphone that's built into that is not worthy at all. With this camera, the microphone can be good, it can be bad, it really depends on the environment and what's going on. So one thing I realized is there's a ceiling fan on above, so the audio might be a little choppy, less higher quality, but I'm going to leave it because I want you guys to see why we made the investment that we have as I show you some of the stuff that arrived in the mail over the last 2 days and what some of our new audio equipment is going to be. So let's go ahead and I'm going to open it up and show you guys some of that equipment. Alright, so the first thing we're going to look at here is our new microphone. It's an Audio Technica microphone, bit on the cheaper end price wise, but it is recommended higher in review counts as a good starting microphone. And we're not like groups like Quarter Digital or Rocket Jump or Stress Level Zero. We don't have insane budgets to work with on stuff right now, so we got to start small and work our way up. I know someday we're going to be able to have much higher gear, a lot more Sennheiser and Rode options and everything, but for right now we have the Audio Technica. This is the microphone that we will use on actual sets for different short film or commercial projects. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the box so you guys can see it. It is the Audio Technica AT875R. Comes in a nice little baggie here. I think the microphone's actually I don't think the microphone's actually in the bag. We'll find out here though. No, the microphone's not in the bag. You got a couple of rings for tightening stuff. We got the cap for being able to attach it to a camera or a tripod of some sort, and then we have the actual tripod head in the bag as well. So the actual microphone didn't come in the safety bag for it, ironically. The microphone itself, though, is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this bubble wrap and pull out the microphone. So this is the Audio Technica microphone. The part of the reason, ooh, look at that. Look at how fancy it is. Part of the reason why we chose this microphone is actually from a little bit of experience. In one of the videos, we released our first video of the Versus series, where it was Geico versus Progressive Commercials. We actually borrowed some audio equipment from our friend Casey, who was part of that video, and then Alex brought us a Zoom H4n, which we have actually purchased from him, or we are purchasing from him, for mobile audio recording. And this is one of the microphones that we used when filming that video, and how we were able to get a little bit of a higher quality audio level. Now, most of us have audio experience. Most of us either started off in audio engineering. I actually pursued a degree in audio engineering first, before moving on to more actual video work. Casey is an audio technician for a church, as well as their media tech, so he does like all their audio, all their video, everything like that. Alex has his own YouTube channel that we kind of work with him on. You guys have probably seen some of the stuff we worked on with him, and we're continuing to work with him. And then Orion, the Twiddler, does his own gaming stuff and everything, so a lot of his stuff is just already generated for him. But at the same time, he has experience with audio and video from helping us out here at Rogue, as well as at our church. So yeah, that is our microphone. And that is exactly what it is. It is just a very, very simple 25-foot XLR cable. I actually want to get a couple more of these, maybe different brands, because this is, like I said, this is a not super well-known brand, but yet it still has a good rating overall for it, good review. And having good audio cables actually does make a difference in your audio quality. If the cable is cheap, then the chances are your audio is going to be cheap. Alright, so the other thing that I got was this cool head that will go on the DSLR, because we want to switch to using the DSLR for a lot of our videos, especially when we're doing stuff for clients. Overall, it is the best quality video that we have. Now, that being said, I have definitely been guilty of using something as simple as my iPhone, because iPhone can also record in really good quality. In fact, it records in 4K, where our DSLR only records in 1080. But the reason why I use the iPhone typically, like I use it for the dance studio, is because oftentimes I need smooth mobile footage, and we don't have a gimbal for the DSLR, but we do have a gimbal for phones, for mobile devices. So oftentimes we'll use that, and then we do a lot of cleaning it up in post-production. That's why we use a variety of stuff, is there's so many different options. But with this head, it'll be able to slide into the top of the DSLR and be able to have us add different attachments to it. So like I can have the H4n attached, on one end, and even has mics on it, and it record 4 inputs at once. So I could have it, boom, pointed out, recording from its microphones, while I have the audio tech mic that I just put back in here. I can have it sitting on top or even on the side here, and boom, recording. So I'm getting multiple audio sources at once, and that gives you a couple different benefits. One, you're getting multiple levels of audio. You might capture different stuff on one set of mics than you do on the other, and you're able to kind of blend them together in post. We did that when we recorded, again, our first Versus video of Progressive versus Geico commercials. We actually used both the H4n mics that were built into the device, as well as the Audio-Technica mic, giving us that flexibility for sound, giving us overall a clean audio source. Using this will give us that same general option, because I can attach 3 other devices. It doesn't have the ability to draw power from the camera, which is good, because overall the camera battery, I much prefer have focused on powering the camera rather than the other devices. So like the microphone, it needs phantom power, so it's also it's going to draw its power from the H4n, as well as the H4n is drawing power from itself. The H4n, right now we just use AA batteries with it, but there are some external powering options for it that we just haven't quite decided on, because chances are we're going to upgrade to a bigger system at some point. But either way, there's this attachment. Another thing that should come in the mail, hopefully in the next week or so, is little slides that attach, so that you can just connect any device to it if it doesn't already have the ability to slide in. So like the H4n does not have the ability to just slide in, so we have a little device that we can screw into the bottom port of the H4n, and then it'll allow it to slide right into here. So in this bag is some of those heads I was talking about that lets us just attach stuff to it. So if I pull this out here, you can see this is one of those things that'll let us just attach stuff to it. So I like these ones because they have flexibility. So I can move it up and down and up and down. Because with the flexibility overall, it's going to make it a lot easier to attach stuff. So if I slide this part here, can just boom, slide it right into there, right into this head. I can screw it on tighter so it's nice and stiff. It's not going to come out. But then I can also bring this down, so it's also stiff. Oh, and that's another thing, is that these ones that are attached to this can also rotate. But either way, so it's attached. So I know that was kind of a simple video for you guys. We are going to be working on a lot of different variable videos. We actually have so much planned out. We're kind of having to pick and choose what we're going to work on next. But we're still going to get you a new video every Tuesday. Sometimes it might be short, sometimes it might be long, sometimes it might be really educational, sometimes it might be more entertaining. It really depends on what we got going on and how we've got filmed. So we will see you guys next time on our videos. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, or anything, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you guys want to be guaranteed to see more material, definitely subscribe to our channel and hit the little alert button, the little bell that you'll see, because then you can just be like, oh, I want to get notified when they post a new video. Boom, you'll get notified. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.